What's up, everybody? 8 years later? Coming up on exactly 9 years since that video, and people are still asking for a tutorial, so no time like the present. Bad Little Boy, Good Little Girl from Adventure Time. Great show. Glad to see people are still watching it in 2022. Don't spoil like the last 2 seasons for me because I never ended up watching them, but I will one day. So anyway, this song's cool. I wanted to try to work the background vocals from Cake into it. So I kind of came up with this strumming pattern and these chords, kind of jazzy. There are different ways you can play the different chords. This is the way that I do it. That just seems to come out simplest for me. But you've got the intro, and then I think the intro is different, but the underlying sounds under both singers' voices are the same. So I guess I'll just go through the chords one by one, and hopefully it turns out okay. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to leave them in the comments. So starting off, the first chord, pretty much every part of this, and bar 1 is going to be a Cmaj7 chord. And I'll show you what the 4 strings I'm plucking in each instance are for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern that goes on. But I'll also show you, what strings I would put down with other fingers to show you sort of what the full chord would be. So for the Cmaj7, you're going to start with your index finger on C. That's the 3rd string, or the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. For reference, when you're doing guitar, 1st string is your lowest string, and then you go up from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up. So 3rd fret, 2nd string, sorry. That's our Cmaj7 there that we're plucking there. So we've got our 1st finger, our index finger, which is our 2nd finger, index finger on 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then going up from that on the next 3 strings, so 3rd, 4th, 5th strings, we're doing fret 5, fret 4, fret 3. So this is a C major scale, Cmaj7, and that one there, that's the 7, which would normally be, that's a regular C chord, and then you've taken that octave and put it down to a 7 instead, so you've got Cmaj7. So that's 3, 5, 4, 5 as you go up the strings from 2 to 5. You're not hitting the bass string there, you're going to pretty much be muting that or not playing it. And then you're also not playing the top string, which is left open. And that's going to be totally overall 4 notes there. The extension of a regular Cmaj7 would be to bar with your index finger across all the frets and also hit the 3rd fret on the top string, on the 6th string with your index finger as well. But we're just doing these 4. And then what you're doing, of course, is you're also plucking those fingers, those strings that are active in that order as well. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty straightforward. If I'm just playing like this, I'm not gonna even bother to bar that last string because it's a little bit easier on your wrist, and I got wimpy wrists. And then you're just doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or in terms of strings, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we start. So that starts the intro, and it also starts the verse. Now we're gonna move around to other strings. I'm gonna be a little bit more concise with my naming here because I've already gone 4 minutes in. So from there, the general pattern again, which you'll see at the beginning of the verse and the beginning of the intro, is moving from the Cmaj7 to Dmin7, which is starting on the 5th fret, 2nd string. And so instead of their major 7, we're doing a minor 7. In this case, we have starting from string 2 and going up to string 5, we've got 5, 7, 5, 6. So 5, 7, 5, 6. In this case, you do have to bar a bit with your index finger on that 4th string because you're going to have these fingers here, index and ring, or middle and ring on the 7th fret 3rd string and 6th fret 5th string respectively, and you're gonna play that there same way. So that's a Dmin7. So we went up from C, C sharp, D, and then after that we're gonna drop down to Gmaj7 with that, which is, what is that? That's a F. So that's you're adding another extra 7th on this G7 chord. So you've got G. Why am I doing this wrong? What's going on? Oh, there we go. And in this case, you are playing the lowest string, so, and then the same 3, 4, 5 strings that you were playing previously. So instead of 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, like you were doing for the Cmaj7 and the Dmin7, you're gonna go, so you're hitting that low string there. This chord has the same shape as the Dmin7, in that you're going 3, you're going root note, 2 above, same, and then 1 above, except you're playing it down here in this case. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not actually playing the 2nd string. You're doing root, and then you're doing 3, 4, 5. And then you're taking your pinky and you're putting it right up on that 6th string on the 5th fret. So the G7, or the G7, G dominant 7, is 3 on 1st string, 3 on the 3rd string, 4 on the 4th string, and then 6 on the 5th string. Sorry there, sudden cut. So that G major finally, as we were. And then, so putting that first together, you have the kind of basic loop of the song that then gets passed off in different directions after that. So you've got Cmaj7, Dmin7, G7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them gets played twice. And I think that's the pattern for pretty much most of the chords in the song. Cmaj7, Dmin7, G7. That one's the hardest one to kind of hold because you got this pinky way out there, you're bridging up there, and you're barring a little bit. So there's a bit of a pressure on your thumb, but you get the hang of it. And then, so if you want to watch my right hand, I've just got I got my chords lined up, and then I'm just holding this gently here. And I'm also kind of muting at the end of each succession of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a little accent probably on the 4th one. So that's the kind of, that's the pattern that repeats twice at the beginning of the verse and once at the beginning of the intro. So Cmaj7, Dmin7, G7. Yeah. And so then we go from that sort of theme, or that sort of question, if you want to put it that way, and move on to other answers. So from there, the intro goes... Cmaj7 2 more times, and then goes to, I don't remember what chord this is, but it's like, probably wrote it down in the original video. It's kind of like a, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what key we're in, so I'm probably naming this wrong, but I put it down as a D sharp diminished 7. Which in this key, what key are we in? I don't really know. I think we're just in C. Yeah, we're in C. So, and that's, yeah, that's the 5, 7. Okay, so C. So then this is a, I guess I would call that a D sharp diminished 7 or an E flat 7. Anyway, you don't care. You just want to be able to play it. So that one is on the top 4 strings. So 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. I'm going to move my fingers down here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of interlacing my fingers. Index and middle are on the 3rd and 5th string playing the 1 fret, and the ring and pinky are playing the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So it kind of goes 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's how I'm playing that one. And I just play that once before I go down to, which is a really easy one. That one's basically just a, I don't really know what I put that one is either. It's like a G. Oh, it's another, yeah, it's another alternate on the G7. So you kind of remember I did, it's kind of like that again, but since I'm already down here, it's easy to go down to, it's kind of the same thing. I think the difference being that the way I heard it in the chords from the show, that deep G wasn't there, probably because of Rebecca Sugar. I think her name is Rebecca Sugar. Her little ukulele probably just didn't have that deep bass note there, whatever. So yeah, so from 1, 2, 1, 2, as you go up 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, my leg's shaky. Then you go down to that for 1. So just to recap again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C major 7, D minor 7, G7, 2. That's only once. I said they were twice, but it's actually just once for the G7, sorry. And then we go. And again, same thing going on my right hand. That's really not the complicated part. You're just playing the relevant strings on either side, whatever the case is there. So that's the intro. Or at least how I did it. You could also play these chords in different positions. You can play this one, like I mentioned. I don't know how you play that there, but that's how I did it there. Start of the verse, same thing. Good little girl. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. So we repeat that same theme twice. And then we're going to do this little walk down thing, which is kind of funky. I think what turned me onto this piece in the first place is the way that they just kind of walk straight and down in a way that I hadn't heard before. So same thing, C major 7. Then we're doing some sort of like B minor 6. I think that's what I called it. No, B6. It's not a minor chord, pardon me. And so the way we're doing that is we move our C down to B, and then we take index finger, 1st fret, 4th string, and then the remaining 2 strings open. 2, 3, or 2, 4, 5, 6. Nope, yes, 2, 4, 5, 6. And then so that's our little B chord. Then from B we go down to B flat or A sharp, depending on what key we're in. I still haven't done music theory. So B down to that, and this is a straight B flat chord, no 7. The way that I play it in the original video, I play it with 3, 4, 5 on the 3 remaining fingers and index on the bass note, as it is for you know, the bar chords, all the other bar chords I'm doing. For this one though, I've got I tend to do that if I'm just playing those 4 strings. I just tend to bar with my index or my ring like that now and press it down across all of them. It's just a little bit quicker to get that in position than it is to get that in position, but your mileage may vary. And then from that, we're gonna go to a classic A7, which is just open on the bass on the 2nd string, and then 2, open, 2, open. So open, 2, open, 2. I use my index and ring for this. You can also play it like that, whatever pleases whatever floats your boat. But yeah, you can just kind of make that happen. So to walk back through that walk down again, we've got our major 7, C again, down to the B, 2, open, or 2, and then 4, 5, 6, 1, 0, 0. up nice and close for you. So I'm just getting it started again. And with you now able to watch I'll show you my right hand as well. And now at the end of that little verse there, we're gonna go back up to our D minor 7, and then we're just gonna slide that up to the next highest fret, which is in this case is a D sharp. Again, we were calling it D sharp, we'll keep calling it that. So, and then back down to G7. Now, I mentioned you don't have to play the other strings, but as you've heard me do in the original video, do a little strum there, so you can hear it picking up that top string. You can hear it picking up the other notes that I might have not been playing in the original plucking pattern. And that's pretty much it. So now you've got that intro. Let's play it all the way through. So, intro. Little note on that, you can hear me doing when I slide up. It's the same 4 strings. I'm just kind of cascading. It's really fun to play.